For May 2013, this is Orion Sports and Entertainment Promotions Wrestle-Rap. Hello once again, sports and sports entertainment fans. I'm David Barnes, owner of Orion Sports and Entertainment Promotions, bringing you the news and events from Interstellar Independent Wrestling and the Ring of Respect Wrestling Promotions. Let's begin this edition with the April 3rd, 21-27 results of the Interstellar Independent Wrestling's weekly television program, Collision. The first episode of IIW Collision for the month of April 21-27 took place on April 3rd. In the opening match, the Irish Brawler Irish Brats pinned the Irish Hellcat Shannon Egan's with her finishing move, the Celtic Eye Bomb. The wannabe soft drink developer Cola pinned the exiled wannabe superhero from Megalopolis City, Super Duper Man, by way of his finishing move, the Meteora Cola. The 18-Wheelers defeated Road Rage when Peterbilt pinned Roadkill with the Wheelers' finisher, the Fifth Wheel. Bane forced Golden Gym member Ezekiel to tap out to his finisher, the Bane Breaker. A brand new IIW wrestler made his debut on this episode. Jewish Lightning Hiram Volt, despite being dominated for almost the entire match, pinned the former hover ambulance chasing shyster lawyer Dewey Cheatham by way of his finisher, the Volt Cutter. Nelson defeated Los Tamales Caliente when Tough Enough pinned Spice with her finisher, Show Enough. After the match, a wild brawl ensued between both teams. While Holly Pena and Justine Enough fought on the floor outside the ring, Spice repeatedly hit her finisher, the Muy Caliente, on Tuffy. When the referees and several IIW officials managed to break up the melee, Tuffy was stretchered out of the arena and would be out of action for 3 weeks. The evil former brain surgeon Dr. Brain put the IIW transsexual Roseanne Palmer to sleep by way of his signature move, the Anesthesia. One-man Army pinned his rival King Francois Dubois by way of his finisher, Taps. The Devil's Daughter, Demaya, used her finisher, the Devil's Seed, to pin Plain Jane White. The Moto Bellas faced a brand new Diva tag team in the next match. From Venice Beach, California, Copper Tonya and Misty Malibu formed the team of the Venice Beach Bunnies. The Bellas won the match when Bella Nora pinned Copper Tonya by way of her finisher, the Bella Noche Kiss. The main event featured the first of the final 4 best of 3 falls Titan Death title defenses as Herman Glott put the IIW title on the line against the Harvard Law School graduate Harvard Yale. Harvard pinned Herman in the first fall by way of his finisher, the Law Review. Herman mounted a comeback in the second fall and pinned Harvard by way of his finisher, the Glop Drop. And then in the third and final fall, Herman once again used the Glop Drop to pin Harvard and successfully retain the IIW heavyweight title. The Sioux Warrior Bison won the first match of the April 10th episode of Collision by disqualification over Epsilon Beta following a brawl outside the ring. The BFFs defeated the Moto Bellas by disqualification following a brawl outside the ring between Belladonna and Brittany Hilton. The Devil's Daughter Demaya pinned Bootylicious Bertha by way of a belly-to-belly hammerlock suplex. Destine defeated the Irish Brawler Irish Brats by disqualification following a brawl outside the ring. The wannabe soft drink developer Cola pinned King Francois Dubois by way of a high cross body block. The Jewish Lightning Hiram Volt won his second IIW match when he defeated the IIW terrorist Sheikh Khalid Sirhan by disqualification when the referee caught Khalid throwing powder into Hiram's eyes. The IIW transsexual Roseanne Palmer forced Bane to submit to the rear naked choke the chicken. In a match to determine who would challenge the Annihilators for the IIW tag team titles in this week's Best of 3 Falls Titan Death Match title challenge, the 18-Wheelers defeated the Samoan Vice Squad when Peterbilt pinned Tika by way of the Wheelers' finisher, the Fifth Wheel. The evil former brain surgeon Dr. Brain pinned One-Man Army by way of his finisher, the Brain Surgery. The Annihilators put the IIW Tag Team titles up for grabs on this episode's final Best of 3 Falls Titan Death Title Challenge series when they were challenged by the team that earned their shot earlier in the evening, the 18-Wheelers. The Annihilators took the first fall when Thalos pinned Kenworth with a clothesline. The Wheelers battled back in the second fall, winning the fall when Peterbilt pinned Krogan with the Wheelers' finisher, the Overturn. And then, in the third and final fall, new IIW Tag Team Champions were crowned when Peterbilt pinned Thalos by way of the Wheelers' finisher, the Overturn. We're going to take a short commercial timeout, and when we return, we'll continue with the results of IIW Collision with the April 17th episode. We'll see you in 2 minutes.
Don't lose girls to dandruff. Use Axe Anti-Dandruff Shampoo. Lose the flakes. Get to the girls.
It's a scorcher out there, folks. Stay refreshed.
Hey, boys. I have an idea.
New Lipton Tea and Honey. Sweetened with honey, made from real tea leaves and real fruit flavors.
That is so good.
Lipton Tea and Honey. Real is refreshing.
It's never felt so real.
No, it's never felt so right.
New Lipton Tea and Honey. Lipton. Drink positive.
Welcome back to the May 2013 edition of Orion Sports and Entertainment Promotions Wrestle-Rap. I'm David Barnes, owner of Orion Sports and Entertainment Promotions, and we're continuing our look at the weekly IIW television program Collision with the April 17th episode. The British Blue Blood Lord Alan Windsor used his signature hold, the London Bridge, to force Hunter Orion to tap out. Sebastian Rook pinned the Andromedan Man Bull Taurus by way of his finisher, the Castle. The Sweet Things defeated their rivals, the BFFs, when Sugar pinned Brittany Hilton by way of her finisher, the Eye Candy. Destine pinned Bootylicious Bertha by way of her finisher, Your Destiny. The Clan McFlynn took on the Cowboys from Hell in the next matchup. In the closing moments of the match, L.J. McFlynn hit Ballistic with the McFlynn's finisher, the Emerald Explosion, when Ricochet came in to make the save. Jason entered the ring to stop Ricochet, which set off a wild, uncontrollable brawl between both teams, causing the referee to call for a double disqualification. As the brawl continued after the bell, a bright light filled the arena. When it cleared, the men in black were standing in the ring with the McFlynns as the Cowboys scrambled back up the ramp and through the curtain. One Man Army pinned the IIW transsexual Roseanne Palmer by way of his finisher, Taps. The Samoan Vice Squad defeated the returning Skyscrapers when Tika made Lex Sky submit to a bear hug. In a non-title match, IIW Heavyweight Champion Herman Glop pinned the Sioux Warrior Bison with his finisher, the Glop Drop. Johnny Black Knight pinned the Jewish Lightning Hiram Volt by way of his finisher, the Unholy Grail. The wannabe soft drink developer Cola defeated the evil former brain surgeon Dr. Brain by disqualification following a brawl outside the ring. On this episode's final Best of 3 Falls Titan Death Title Challenge series, IIW Women's Champion Misfit put her title on the line against former champion the Devil's Daughter Demaya. In 2 straight falls, Demaya pinned Misfit by way of her finisher, the Devil Seed, to once again become the IIW Women's Champion. In the first match of the April 24th episode of Collision, the Cowboys from Hell defeated the Men in Black when Ricochet pinned Agent S with his signature move, the Suicide Knee Smash. Lord Alan Windsor pinned Sebastian Rook with his finisher, the Union Jack Drop. Plain Jane White defeated the Irish Hellcat Shannon Egan's by disqualification when Shannon repeatedly moved Jane into the security force field barrier surrounding the ring. The Lady Gladiators defeated the Sweet Things after Penny Candy was disqualified for repeatedly throwing Destina into the security force field barrier surrounding the ring. The wannabe soft drink developer Cola pinned the Sioux Warrior Bison by way of his finisher, the Meteora Cola. Bane forced King Francois Dubois to submit to his finisher, the Banebreaker. Destine pinned the IIW transsexual Roseanne Palmer with her finisher, Your Destiny. Golden Gym member Ezekiel pinned the cocky loudmouth from the Black Cluster Nebula, Johnny Black Knight, by way of his finisher, the Ezekiel Fitness. In a non-title match, the former hover ambulance-chasing shyster lawyer Dewey Cheatham used whatever it takes to pin the IIW heavyweight champion Herman Glopp. The Samoan Vice Squad defeated the Clan McFlynn when Sununu pinned Jason McFlynn by way of the Samoans' finisher, the Samoan Smasher. One Man Army pinned the IIW terrorist Sheikh Khalid Sirhan by way of his finisher, Taps. The final Best of 3 Falls Titan Death title challenge featured the Queen Bees putting the IIW Women's Tag Team titles on the line against the Sisters at Heart. During the first fall, the Bees may or may not have made a switch outside the ring. Because of this, it's not for certain whether or not it was Queen Bee number 1 or Queen Bee number 2 who pinned Desiree in both falls with the Queen Bee's finisher, the Swarm Attack. When we return from this commercial break, we get to see what happened in the month of April in Ring of Respect Wrestling with the weekly television recordings. Stay tuned, wrestling fans.
Hello, it is I, your boss. Great news. The video call went very, very well. Asia is on board. Too bad you couldn't participate. Probably you were worried about overages on that limited data plan you use. Perhaps you shouldn't have uploaded so many vacation photos. These shorts are for a younger person, wouldn't you say?
Switch to Sprint, the only network with truly unlimited data.
Welcome back to the May 2013 edition of Orion Sports and Entertainment Promotions Wrestle-Rap. I'm David Burns, owner of Orion Sports and Entertainment Promotions, and now it's time to see what happened in Ring of Respect Wrestling with the weekly television recordings. The first episode of Ring of Respect Television took place on April 5th, 2127. In the first match, Matt Taven pinned the psychedelic superstar Chris Silvio with his finishing move, the Frog Splash. Hallow Wicked pinned El Generico by way of his finishing move, the Graveyard Smash. Did she or didn't she? That's what fans, Ring of Respect officials, and television censors are saying during the Prodigy Mike Bennett's match with Adam Page. At one point in the match, it seemed that Adam had the upper hand until television cameras pointed straight at Bennett's co-manager and girlfriend, the First Lady of Ring of Respect, Marie Kanellis, who had jumped up on the ring and pulled up her cut-off t-shirt in order to distract Page. It may have appeared to television viewers at home as if she flashed her bare breasts at them, but all they saw was a digitized black box covering her chest as the censors quickly did their job even before the shirt went up. The distraction worked though, as Bennett was able to roll Adam up in a small package and hide a handful of tights from the referee, who was too busy making the 3 count. The Sicilian psychopath Tommaso Ciampa pinned the Man-Beast Rhino by way of his finishing move, Project Ciampa. The American Wolves defeated Scum when diehard Eddie Edwards pinned the king of old school Steve Corino with his finishing move, the diehard. Roderick Strong forced Red Titus to tap out to his finishing hold, the Stronghold. Wrestling's greatest tag team defeated the CNC Wrestle Factory when Caprice Coleman was counted out of the ring. Adam Cole used the German suplex to pin No Fear Mike Mondo in the next match. The next match was a non-title match between the Ring of Respect Tag Team Champions, the Briscoe Brothers, and the Young Bucks. Unfortunately, the match never took place as Steve Corino and the Zombie Princess Jimmy Jacobs came down to the ring and attacked both teams, causing the referee to declare the match a no contest. And in the main event of the April 5th episode of Ring of Respect Holovision, it took 3 consecutive Elgin bombs for the unbreakable Michael Elgin to pin wrestling's worst nightmare, Kevin Steen. The first match of the April 12th episode of Ring of Respect Holovision saw Kyle O'Reilly using a brainbuster to pin the debuting Technical Lightning T.J. Perkins. Scum defeated the CNC Wrestle Factory when the king of old school Steve Corino used his finishing move, the Old School Lariat, to pin Caprice Coleman. The Sicilian psychopath Tommaso Ciampa pinned the generic luchador El Generico by way of his finisher, Project Ciampa. Adam Page used a Hurricane Rana to pin the notorious 187 Homicide. The Man-Beast Rhino took on Red Titus in the next match. As they went to shake hands before the match, Rhino grabbed Red and put him into a belly-to-belly suplex. He then put him in a Death Valley Driver, which was all it took to get the pin. Matt Taven pinned Hallowicked by way of his finishing move, the Frog Splash. Adam Cole pinned the psychedelic superstar Chris Silvio by way of his finishing move, the Florida Key. Roderick Strong pinned No Fear Mike Mondo with his finisher, the Sick Kick. Davey Richards soared and scored using a suicide dive to pin the outlaw Charlie Haas and scored the win for the American Wolves over wrestling's greatest tag team. And in the main event, the Ring of Respect heavyweight champion Jay Lethal faced the prodigy Mike Bennett in a proving ground match. Before the match, Maria Kanellis was warned by Ring of Respect matchmaker Nigel McGuinness that if she ever attempted to flash any wrestler in the future, that she would immediately be fired from Ring of Respect. This warning seemed to throw Bennett off his game as he was pinned by way of Jay Lethal's finishing move, the Lethal Injection. We're going to take another timeout, and when we return, we'll continue our look at Ring of Respect Holovision with their April 19th episode. We'll see you in 2.
New Doritos Jacked are big. Bigger than a giant El Camino on monster tires. And bolder than taking that behemoth and breaking Evel Knievel's bus jumping record by 2.5 buses. And they're crunchy. Crunchier than driving through a fine china shop that sells professional-grade fireworks out of the back. New Doritos Jacked. Tastes like awesome feels.
Welcome back to the May 2013 edition of Orion Sports and Entertainment Promotions Wrestle-Rap. I'm David Barnes, owner of Orion Sports and Entertainment Promotions, and we're continuing our look at Ring of Respect Holovision with the April 19th episode. Vinny Marseglia made a successful debut in Ring of Respect on the April 19th episode when he pinned Kyle O'Reilly by way of his finishing move, the High Cross Body. The Man-Beast Rhino gored his way into victory as he pinned Tentacle Lightning T.J. Perkins. Matt Taven pinned the psychedelic superstar Chris Silvio with the moonsault press. Lance and Harlem, the Bravado brothers, made a successful Ring of Respect debut, defeating Scum when Harlem Bravado pinned the King of Old School, Steve Corino, by way of the Bravado's finisher, the Gentleman's Agreement. The Prodigy Mike Bennett rebounded from his Proving Ground loss to Jay Lethal on the previous episode of Ring of Respect television when he pinned the generic luchador El Generico after Maria pulled off one of her boots and bashed Generico over the head with it. Hey, at least she didn't flash her breast this time, just her foot. Hallowicked pinned Adam Page by way of his finishing move, Go to Sleepy Hollow. The American Wolves defeated the Young Bucks when die-hard Eddie Edwards pinned Nick Jackson by way of diving double knees. Roderick Strong forced Red Titus to tap out to his finishing hold, the Stronghold. Wrestling's worst nightmare, Kevin Steen pinned Adam Cole with his dangerous finishing move, the Package Power Driver. And in the main event, the unbreakable Michael Elgin successfully held on to the Ring of Respect television title when he pinned the Sicilian psychopath Tommaso Ciampa after 3 consecutive Elgin bombs. In the first match of the April 26th episode of Ring of Respect television, the Young Bucks took on a team making their Ring of Respect debut. Body Snatcher and Black Ice make up the team of the D-Line, who made a successful outing in their first time out when Black Ice pinned Nick Jackson with the D-Line's finishing move, the Sack. Vinny Marseglia pinned No Fear Mike Mondo by way of his finishing move, the High Cross Body. The psychedelic superstar Chris Silvio became the latest victim of the Man-Beast Rhino when he was pinned by Rhino's finishing move, the Gore. Matt Taven used a Magistral Cradle to pin Tentacle Lightning T.J. Perkins. The American Wolves defeated the Bravado brothers when Davey Richards made Lance Bravado tap out to his finishing move, the Ankle Lock. Kyle O'Reilly pinned the notorious 187 Homicide by way of triple butterfly suplex. The Sicilian psychopath Tommaso Ciampa pinned Adam Page by way of his finisher, Project Ciampa. In a Proving Ground match, Ring of Respect heavyweight champion Jay Lethal pinned Hallowicked by way of Hail to the King. The Prodigy Mike Bennett defeated Adam Cole when Adam was counted out of the ring. And in the main event, Roderick Strong took on wrestling's worst nightmare Kevin Steen in a #1 contenders match to see who would challenge Jay Lethal for the Ring of Respect heavyweight title on April 27th at Ring of Respect Supercard of Respect pay-per-view. Roderick proved that he wanted it more as he pinned Steen by way of Death by Roderick. We're going to take our final timeout, and when we return, we'll have the results of Ring of Respect Supercard of Respect, which took place on April 27th at the Pepsico Arena on pay-per-view. We'll be right back.
Spread a little love today.
Spread a little love my way. Spread a little something to remember. Spread a little joy.
Fresh milk and real cream. That's what makes Philadelphia.
So spread.
And that's what makes the moment we enjoy it a little richer. Real Belgian chocolate whipped with Philadelphia cream cheese. New indulgence. The moment just got a little sweeter.
We're back with our final segment on the May 2013 edition of Orion Sports and Entertainment Promotions Wrestle-Rap. I'm David Barnes, owner of Orion Sports and Entertainment Promotions, and now it's time for the results of Ring of Respect Supercard of Respect Pay-Per-View. The Supercard of Respect Pay-Per-View took place on April 27th at the Pizzico Arena. In the first match, God's Gift QT Marshall.
That's God's gift to professional wrestling, little man.
Well, excuse me. God's Gift to professional wrestling, QT Marshall pinned Vinny Marseglia by way of his finishing move, God's Gift. The Bravado Brothers defeated the CNC Wrestle Factory when Lance Bravado pinned Caprice Coleman with a Hurricane Rana. The generic luchador El Generico pinned Kyle O'Reilly by way of his finishing move, the Brainbuster. Scum defeated the D-Line when the Zombie Princess Jimmy Jacobs pinned Body Snatcher with a high cross body block. Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team defeated the Young Bucks when Shelton Benjamin pinned Matt Jackson by way of his finishing move, the Pay Dirt. Tentacle Lightning T.J. Perkins got his first win in Ring of Respect when he pinned the Sicilian psychopath Tommaso Ciampa by way of his finishing move, the Detonation Kick. Adam Page pinned Matt Taven with a Hurricane Rana in the next match. Red Titus was the latest victim of the gore as he was pinned by the Man-Beast Rhino. The Briscoe brothers put the Ring of Respect Tag Team titles on the line against the American Wolves in the next match. In the end, diehard Eddie Edwards forced Jay Briscoe to tap out to an Achilles lock, crowning the American Wolves the new Ring of Respect Tag Team Champions. The notorious 187 Homicide was disqualified in his match with Hallowicked after he repeatedly rammed Hallowicked's head into the security force field barrier at ringside. The prodigy Mike Bennett challenged Unbreakable Michael Elgin for the Ring of Respect Television Championship. Elgin successfully held on to the belt when he pinned Bennett with his finishing move, the Elgin Bomb. And in the main event of the evening, Roderick Strong became the new Ring of Respect Heavyweight Champion when he forced Jay Lethal to tap out to his finishing hold, the Stronghold. And that is all the time we have for this edition of Wrestle-Rap. This program was written and produced by David Barnes, utilizing the 9.0 version of the Sony Acid Music Creation Program and Windows Movie Maker. All news and events featured in this program are based on matches played based upon and utilizing the rules and gaming system for the Filsier Games published Champions of the Galaxy Wrestling Card Game and the Filsier Games published Ring of Honor Wrestling Card Game. This program was created with written permission of Filsier Games, and any rebroadcast over any airwave or internet site without the express written permission of its creator David Barnes is strictly prohibited. For more information about the Champions of the Galaxy or the Ring of Honor Wrestling Card Games, please visit www.filsiergames.com. So for all of us here at Orion Sports and Entertainment Promotions, we wish you a pleasant day and invite you to join us again next month for another edition of Orion Sports and Entertainment Promotions Wrestle-Rap.